Well, hey there, it's Leah Mallet from the Bloom Crew. It's been a while, I know. I wanted to hop on my phone today and just send a personal message to you. It's been a long time since we connected, and that's the reason that I'm reaching out today. I really feel like there's some of my members that kind of fell through the cracks, and that may be you. Now, as you know, or maybe you don't know, I am always available for my members, but sometimes I don't know when members have needs or questions because sometimes you don't reach out and you might think that you're not able to or whatever. And I just wanted to just let that be known that I'm here for you. And even if your Young Living account has deactivated, gone dormant, or if you haven't ordered in a long time and you just don't know what to do with the products you have ordered, or you don't know what other products and oils you could order, that's where I just wanted to kind of bridge that gap for you. And I think that today, the purpose of this message to you is just to reach out and invite you back. And not because I'm desperate to have you as one of my members, but it's because I've lived this journey of incredible growth in my health and wellness with not only myself, but my family. And I feel like I've crawled out from under the yoke of pharmaceutical drug slavery. If any of you know my story where I was diagnosed, oh gosh, about 16 years ago or more with autoimmune Graves' disease, and I was immediately put on drugs that I was to be on for the rest of my life. And all they did was, in my case, because it was autoimmune Graves' disease or hyperthyroid, meaning your thyroid is on overdrive, crazy heart rate, exertion intolerance, the whole gamut. I had the bulgy eyes, all of it. It was a very, very unpleasant sickness that I found myself suddenly dealing with. And I just didn't want to be in that place back then. I actually didn't have any of the knowledge that I have now when it comes to essential oils and natural wellness. I had some. I mean, I came from a home life that was very wholesome, but I mean, we have just access to so much more information now, and it's pretty incredible what we can learn and grow on our own, grow with on our own when we choose to dig into that. So back then, I just did what I was told with the doctors, and I went on these drugs, and I just realized that it was that slippery slope of being beholden to taking drugs for the rest of my life. And that didn't sit right with my heart or my spirit. So long story short, God put Young Living in my path, and I learned very quickly that there were essential oils and supplements that they created and offered that could support those systems in my body that were really struggling. So you can watch more of this in my testimony on my YouTube channel, but that's it in a nutshell. And thankfully, God gave me that proactive spirit where I wasn't going to wait for anybody to show me what to do. I just got learning, and thankfully there were resources on hand at the time that I could read and flip through and figure out what my body was needing to support my adrenals, my endocrine system, my thyroid, all the things. So in my case, and also my gut health, because I had catastrophic gut health that I firmly believe that led to everything. And that was solely due to the overprescription of antibiotics. And sorry to say, but doctors failed me on that one, and I think they fail a lot of people, because I've had literally hundreds of conversations now where members have had health issues, and if I ask if they've had antibiotics in their life, they say, oh yeah, lots. And that's not uncommon. So with something as simple as just teaching people that they need to support their gut health, rebalance it after taking antibiotics, I think there'd be so many less sick people in this world. That's my take on it anyway. But anyway, I wanted to reach out today because I feel like, everyone has health issues to one degree or another, whether or not they're catastrophic. Like in my case, I felt the Graves' disease diagnosis was pretty catastrophic for me as a young mother. It was very debilitating, and I had, adrenal exhaustion on top of all that. So I was in a lot of trouble. But I'm living proof that when you dig in and you don't just take your doctor's word for granted. I mean, doctors have their place. I mean, I'm very grateful for doctors if I break a bone or sprain an ankle. Let's just say that. They have all the solutions there. But when it comes to our body systems that are really starting to struggle, the only solution that they offer is pharmaceutical drugs, which only serve to suppress or accelerate symptoms. So in my case, they were suppressing my overactive thyroid. And in the case of someone, for instance, and I met a lot of people that have hypothyroid or underactive thyroid, where pharmaceutical drugs then prop that up, or they accelerate so that your thyroid rises up and does whatever you feel it needs to do. But what it does in the process of all this, it doesn't solve anything. So masking, suppressing, accelerating, whatever you want to call it, doesn't do anything for your body other than, the proverbial Band-Aid. So I feel like God's blessed me with, my whole journey, my situation with my thyroid is my testimony. God gave me he hardened my brow to the pressure of the doctors wanting to burn out my thyroid because that would make it easier for them to manage. And I just couldn't do that. So I feel like when he gave me the heart to learn more, I just dug in and I learned that there were God-given plants and things that we have now captured in the form of essential oils that could really help my body. So I learned about the ones that were supportive of my particular situation, and I had some amazing resources that I was able to get my hands on, and I just got using them. And this is the number one tip I have for everybody, all of my members, whether or not we've had a conversation or you've read it in my work. I always tell people, you have to give it time. You have to give it time. So if I have a member who I lead in the right direction, show them the way towards learning about how to support certain body systems, and then I hear, a couple weeks later that those products didn't work, it blows my mind. Because I can't reconcile that. And I get it. I get why people do that, because we've been conditioned, obviously, to think that you take a pill or you take whatever and it's going to fix it. But when we're talking about a body that's deficient or full of toxins or things that are causing health issues, we didn't get sick overnight, so we can't expect to get better overnight. And it takes time. It takes persistency and consistency. And in my case, with my thyroid issues, I just dug in. I didn't actually have a timeline. I just thought, I'm going to take this stuff because I know it's good for me. God made these plants, and I'm going to utilize them, and I'm going to trust that he has everything on his own schedule, and I will get better when he sees fit. And 10 months, which in the big picture of things is a very short time frame. Within 10 months of persistently and consistently using the essential oils and products that were supportive of my particular issues, I went into remission. That was not an accident. That was not a coincidence. It was the diligence and persistency that got me there. And to this day, I've been in remission for, I think, over 12 years. Sorry. I think about it and I get overwhelmed because, sometimes I think about where would I be today if I had just done as I was told with my doctors. I remember having arguments in the doctor's office, and them insisting that I follow their instructions. And I would just say, I really want to get to the root of this, and I really want to know what I can do to support these systems rather than burning them and cutting them out, which I really don't feel comfortable with. And I was met with frustration from these doctors. They really don't have anything else to offer, right? Other than getting rid of that body part that's not working or subscribing drugs for the rest of your life. Sorry, it's fall here, so the flies are just woo in my house. It's perpetual battle. So anyway, these solutions is what I wanted to talk to you about today with you. And I really feel like, with each member that I take on, and I've had a lot of new members over the last 5 years due to the whole COVID thing. It's just the way it kind of went down for me. I had a lot of members happen, in a very short period of time. And, I sent out my support emails and such, but not everybody has the time or the interest to open them, or for whatever reason, we all have our lives to live. But I feel like not everyone was able to dive in and really truly learn what I was offering. And I'm not insulted by that. I realized that, until sometimes we don't really dig in until we're in crisis. In my case, I was in crisis, so I had to learn pretty quick. I had all our 8 children were still at home, and I had to be there for them and be on my game. So I had a lot of incentive. Um, and we all have our different stages where we have our reasons for not doing things, and we have our reasons for doing things. So anyway, this is my video to you today, is to offer a few things that might help put you in that direction, because we're not meant to be slaves to sickness. We're not meant to be slaves to, definitely not to pharmaceuticals. And my husband Mark has written extensively on that topic about how we got to where we are today, where we no longer offer God's solutions, i.e. plants and natural things. We're now offered chemical synthetic drugs, which is so backwards, and really tragic, to be absolutely honest. So anyway, if one thing that I really encourage you to do is head back to thebloomcrew.com, and my blog. I've invested thousands of hours into posting very key postings on my blog, and one of them is titled Solutions at Your Fingertips. And that to me is probably one of the most important postings that I've written to date since I started the Bloom Crew over 5 years ago. That one talks about when we have issues, what do we know to reach for? And I know I've had a few members that have connected with me, and they say, I look on Young Living's website and it's so frustrating because they don't tell me what these oils are good for. And I've talked about this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. Young Living is not free to talk about solutions. They're not free to say that something, for instance, like frankincense, is anti-inflammatory or anti-tumoral. Oops, did I just say that? You get what I'm saying. The FDA has their rules, and they rule the roost. So, we're the same here in Canada with Health Canada. There's products that they won't let Young Living produce or bring over the border because they don't want people to make the connection that they have certain health benefits, right? It's kind of backwards, but it is what it is. So anyway, I wanted to offer to you a couple of things that I think would help you. Number one, read my blog posting on Solutions at Your Fingertips. I'll put the link to it in the write-up or description of this YouTube video. But I also wanted to offer to you, when I was learning about all the things that I needed to get to help my thyroid, there was companies that were publishing excellent books. One of them is Life Science Publishing, and another one is Abundant Health. And Life Science Publishing, about 4 years ago, stopped publishing their books, and no one knows why. I have my suspicions as to why, and I don't need to say them here, but needless to say, when we make a connection between God's plants and health issues, certain parties have problems with that. So those books stopped being published. So the only place that they can be found now is on eBay and Amazon, and they can be astronomically expensive. So I have been keeping my eye out and gleaning these books whenever they are for a basic reasonable price. And it's all relative, right? Like, I find them invaluable, so I think they're absolutely worth the investment. One of the books is the Essential Oils Desk Reference, and I've had this one for a long time. You can see that I've got tabs for different things, etc. And then there's a smaller version called the Pocket Reference. And there's other versions too, like this one that was a newer version. It's quite thick, actually, that Life Science put out. But again, they're not available as new books anywhere. You just have to get them on eBay or Amazon. But these books, I have a limited amount of them, and they're actually available. My Bloom Crew site isn't a e-commerce site. It's just an information site. But my Saddles and Tack business Interestingly, with my horses, I use essential oils all the time. So this is not a stretch to put anything essential oil related on my Saddles and Tack business. It's called Equinovations, equinovations.ca, and I'll again look for the link below. But I have a limited amount of books like this and this, etc., available on my website. And I can't remember my exact price on these. I think it's over $100 for one of these. And there's also one, I love this one, for animals. So it's specifically dedicated to animals. So amazing. And this is not just people's opinions. This is people's testimonies. This is research that Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, did over his intense journey of teaching and learning about these oils. So there's a lot of amazing science behind the reason why they recommend certain oils for different things. But I wanted to offer to you to come back and reactivate your account. And if you're still with me watching this video after 16 minutes, God bless you. But I wanted to offer to you, if you want to come back and reactivate your account and maybe explore some things and learn about some of the oils you can acquire to help your body recover and not reach for pharmaceuticals, that I wanted to send you a 50% coupon that you can use in my store for one of these, which, basically I'm only breaking even with the price that I offer these for now. So giving you a 50% coupon is my investment in you. So I want to see my members thrive. I want to see you find successes like I did. And that isn't always easy, because I know a lot of people are on a budget, and as are we. And it's not always an easy thing to do, but trust me when I say this. The best investment I ever made was in learning and investing in the tools that I need to reach for the products that my body needs. And I can't say enough about these books. They're just wonderful. There's also apps for your phone that you can get. It's very affordable. There's the oiltestimonials.com site. There's also, I'll put a link down below for that one as well. Testimony is everything. And of course, my testimony helps a lot of people who have thyroid issues to also reach for the same things that I did. And the oil testimonial site has been around for, over 20 years for sure. It's got testimonies that are way back to the early 2000s. But testimonies are timeless. It doesn't matter if it was written in 2001 or 2025. It still has weight. So if a person, has had success with taking certain things for something, for instance, like blood pressure or arthritis, well, if those people had success, I find that to be very empowering, because if they had success, then I might have success too. So I've often referred to the oil testimonial site for ideas and for confirmation that I may be on the right path. I've even helped one of our beloved dogs to have a proper, dignified final journey. The vet wanted to put her down, and I brought her home and I supported her for 4 months, and she had a beautiful quality of life and then had a proper natural death, as opposed to the sterility of dying in a vet's clinic. So I'm just so grateful for the testimonies, for the books, for the resources. They've helped me so much. And honestly, can I just level with you? Somebody asked me the other day, I think I was signing for some insurance for something, and they asked me who my doctor is, and I said, I actually don't have one. We've been at this new farm for 3.5 years. I've never stepped into the doctor's office. I don't even know where it is in town. And neither has Mark, and neither has our son, Bradley, our last of our 8 at home. We just don't go to the doctor anymore, because whenever we have issues or needs or whatever, we reach for our oils, we reach for our supplements, we support our bodies, and we're thriving. That's, to me, that is absolutely amazing and such a blessing in our lives. And I think it's the best thing we ever did for our family, was to just make that a priority, investing in all the things that we have on hand here to help our bodies to really thrive. So I wanted to offer that to you. Of course, Young Living membership is not, you don't have to go on a monthly thing. It's called the loyalty program. But I highly recommend it for anyone who is serious about their health. even just if you dedicate yourself, if you don't have the energy or the wherewithal to do anything major, as far as really digging in and doing all the supplements, if you want to do one thing, I would say take Ninja Red every day. Ninja Red. I don't even have a sample with me, but Ninja Red is Young Living's nutrient-dense antioxidant drink. That's chock full of vitamins and phytonutrients and amino acids and you name it. It's just really, it's that easy button that is a non-negotiable for us. We take our Ninja Red every day, and if we have a particularly intense day where we have a lot going on, I will help myself to 2 or even 3. But you know, it's worth it to me because it keeps me firing on all cylinders. I feel like my body has really, I feel better now at 58, almost 59, than I did in my 30s and 40s. Honestly, like I feel like that is so key. I don't know where I'd be today if I hadn't have found Young Living. It's just been a huge blessing in my life and my family's life. So going back to the loyalty program, you know, I highly recommend trying it. There's nothing binding about it at all. You can try it for a while. Obviously, the longer you're in the program, when I say program, I mean it's a monthly order that you make. You choose what's in your cart. You edit what's in your cart. If you have something that is on repeat, like for us, Ninja Red, I just leave that in my cart because it processes on whatever day you choose of the month, and then continues to come if you don't change it out of your cart. And then there's things that I don't need every month. So one month I'll have a fresh bottle of Thieves or a new bottle of Imu Power or lemon, lemon oil, whatever. I'm constantly rotating my needs for all the different oils that we use here. Some of them we don't need to be on repeat because it takes longer than a month to use them. But for the consumables, absolutely. Like we take quite a few of the Young Living supplements, and I particularly like the Kid Sense line because a lot of them are chewables. And man, you know, if I can take a chewable, I will take that hands down over a swallow pill. It's just the way my brain works. But anyway, so if you try the loyalty program, then I would love to send you some freebies because I think then I know that you're serious about really diving in and making a difference in your wellness journey. I've got, well, number one, if you order one of these books off of my Equinovation site, I would love to send you a more extensive welcome folder. If you haven't gotten one of these from me, it cost me a lot of money to send these. I think the shipping now, actually with the Canada Post strike, is probably $25 postage to ship one of these. But of course, with all the content in it too, it's a pretty big investment for me, and I haven't been able to send them individually to members the way I'd love to. But if you buy one of these books, I'm already sending you a book anyway, so I'll slide one of these into the package for you. And for those of you who do choose to go on the loyalty program, you can even go on it for just 2 months. Literally, try it for 2 months, get your free diffuser, because at the second month, that's what Young Living sends you, is a free diffuser. Totally worth it. I'd like to also throw in the box maybe one of these. So this is just, I have a small collection of glass bottles that I invested in. I think I got them off of Alibaba or something. And then I designed and created these labels on Vistaprint. You know, in this folder, I also created an offer 4 different labels for the different kinds of these things you can make from the one bottle. I have quite a few freebies in here I'd love to share with you. So if you go on the loyalty program and you're one of the, I think I only maybe have 10 of these left, then if you do that, go back on the loyalty program, I will make sure you're one of the people that gets it if you're one of the top 10. And at my cost, obviously. So that's my investment in you. I really feel like it's so important to get serious about our health now because we're not getting better, we're getting sicker. And you know, with all the technology and information we have out there, why are we not getting better? We're just not reaching for the right things, is my opinion. So anyway, I just wanted to leave that with you. I have so much more I want to share, but it's already 24 minutes. So God bless you, and please reach out. You know, I'm always available via text is probably the best and fastest way to get a hold of me, and I can give you a quick reply back. If you want to chat on the phone, I'll make time for you that way as well. But I'd love to see you back. I'd love to see you making a difference in your health, maybe detoxifying your home. You know, like the thieves is one of the other smartest, really smart things that we did for our families. We got rid of all the commercial cleaners in our home. They're so chock full of endocrine disruptors and liver toxins, and it's not worth it because I don't need to be dealing with my body trying to purge garbage all the time. There's enough in the environment even without my control. But when things are in my control, I think that's a good thing to do, is just to, you know, look through your cupboards, get rid of the junk. And, you know, Young Living has something that replaces pretty well everything that's in your cupboards. Trust me on that one. They're pretty wonderful. God bless you, and we'll talk soon.